So ICE agents and police and governments, state and local governments, have been asked to move forward with this. I have heard that Homeland Security has already been active in the city that I am living in. I have also noticed a lot fewer homeless people, and that's where we come in. And that's why this is going to affect us. Because how many of my fellow TIs out there have been homeless at least once? Or are in the cycle of repeatedly almost becoming homeless? So I'm just going to put this in terms like you haven't been paying attention to the news. ICE agents over the last few months have been able to, without any opposition that has been successful, literally bust into people's houses, into their homes, where they're there with their family and their children, their wives, their husbands, and these agents wearing masks will force their way into the home, will force the families onto the ground, including the children, and will take people out of their homes, away from their families, without a warrant, without police authorizing it, without any due process, and then they don't know where their daddy went. He was just a construction worker, and now he's gone. But he's an immigrant. And I'm going to keep going like you don't know what's going on. So where this started out as this was supposed to be, and what Trump told us, is that he was going to crack down on all of these violent, mentally insane, hard criminal, dangerous, illegal aliens that are in our country, that are taking all of our jobs. And that is who ICE was going after. That's who he was having Homeland Security crack down on. That is who was going to be, millions of them are going to be deported, because we have millions of violent Mexicans in the United States who are here illegally, so we're going to get rid of them. So that was the plan. That's what we were told. And apparently a lot of people believed that was what it was actually only going to happen. Since then, there are people who do not have criminal records who have been detained and deported. There are people who are legally here, who have been detained. There have also been multiple shipments of people to other countries. And one of those shipments of people actually was never landed in the country that was supposedly the country that they were going to. And the people that were, the immigrants that were boarded onto that plane was one of those planes that the underside pulls out from under you and you can drop people out of it. And and then all of a sudden there's dead bodies that are shackled washing up on the shores. So as you can see, it's gotten out of hand. People are going to work. People are going to their immigration hearings and getting detained. There are people getting pulled out of hospital rooms and getting detained. So, what was supposed to be this executive order to just go after those hard criminals has turned into, no, this is actually being used as an excuse to try to ethnically cleanse the United States and make it white. So, The reason I'm telling you all that is because of this new executive order that came out, I believe it's been like a week and a half ago. Okay, so here we have ending crime and disorder on America's streets. This is going to authorize ICE, Homeland Security, local law enforcement, state law enforcement, like basically it gives authority for anyone who is homeless, and this is just part of it. Anyone who is homeless will be forcibly put into a facility that is not a homeless shelter. And this also targets not only homeless people, but people with mental health disorders. And they will be put in these newly created facilities that are basically long-term fixes to their problem with struggling with being homeless. So I know that every TI that I have ever had a conversation with, whether it be in real life or over social media, has struggled with homelessness. It is one of the number one ways that they come after us. And we are also isolated. If you were sleeping in your car and all of a sudden a van pulled up and a bunch of armed guys wearing face masks pulled you out of your car, threw you in a van, and then put you away in a concentration camp, who would know you were missing? Do you have anybody in your life that would know that that happened? How long would it take for somebody to know that you had been kidnapped, that you were just sleeping in your car because you're homeless, and then you were all of a sudden gone? Why are we not talking about this? This is real. This is now. We need to be concerned about this. What do we do about it? I don't know. There hasn't been any luck with any protests against what ICE is doing to immigrants. And the government doesn't seem to be able to stop it. So the sooner we are aware of what is going to start happening to us, the more planning we can do on a personal level to make sure that we are safe. And I think if there ever was a time for us to start having each other's backs, to stop keeping this all on social media and actually start uniting, we're going to need people in our lives that we can trust. And I know I sure as hell don't trust anybody unless they A, believe what I go through, and B, are pure and true in their heart, good people. The only ones that exist like that are other people that go through this. So, what's keeping you isolated? What's keeping you from connecting with other TIs. When you end up homeless, what's keeping you and all of the other homeless TIs that you know who are just traveling the United States, living out of their cars, what's keeping you from connecting? Like, if you believe in end times and that, you know, this is that, like, the whole world's gonna like start burning and like all this shit's gonna go down, like, it talks about, you know, the chosen coming together, uniting, coming from all corners of the earth. When's that? When are we gonna start? When are we gonna start being there for each other? Because, yeah, we've been refined by fire. We're warrioring up. We've been warrioring up. Some of us have been in this longer than others. Some of us are just coming into it and don't know what to do. And we need to start being there for each other in a way that will help when our platforms are taken down, because that's coming. Trust me. Trust me. If they're canceling Stephen Colbert. and also FYI, TikTok is also going to be in September. It's going to have Palantir AI implemented into it so it can monitor and find anybody who is in opposition to the government. Social media is no longer safe for us. We don't have people in our physical lives. And now they're going to start snatching us up off the streets and throwing us in concentration camps to die. And I didn't even touch on the mental health stuff, because that is another area where we are in trouble. Because another reason to have ICE detain you is if somebody believes that you are, I know we've all been asked this one, a threat to our own personal safety, or unable to take care of ourselves. Those people will also be put in camps. So tell me, does that sound familiar? What are we going to do? Sorry for being so pissed off, but if God gave us a divine light, if we're anointed, speaking to my chosen ones out there, and again, just if you haven't found God, or if God has not found you, if you have not made that connection yet, stick with me on this channel for as long as it is up, because I'm the least likely person to have ever come around. Trust me. But I feel like my calling is so intense. And that's what I'm getting to with, if we believe that we're anointed from birth, if we believe that we were born into this world with a divine purpose that God has tasked us with, what good is it if we just stay disconnected from the world around us? Who's going to see our light? Can we keep our light shining bright by feeling brave and watching videos and warrioring up? Yeah. What good does that do? Do you think that God gave you anointing just so that you could feel safe, powerful, like, so that you could rebuke demons? No. Faith without acts is dead. We need to stop talking about the fact that we're anointed Stop talking about the fact that we're chosen. We know that. We can stop telling ourselves that. Start doing something with that light. It's necessary, especially now. We've woken up. Get on your feet. God bless you.